much of a masterpiece it is. And let's say this movie starts off at 100%, okay? And then we start deducting points from there. I wonder if any of you feel the same, or maybe I'm alone in this. If I am alone in this, then, maybe I have to reevaluate how harsh I'm being on this, but I take films really seriously, and the bigger the budget, the more intense I'm going to critique it. The opening heist that they make. So we got Mr.
What's your name? Wayne Grove.
And as far as I can tell, he's a complete loose cannon, and like he's a psychopath, he's a lunatic, he's unhinged.
You don't know what this is. Grim Reaper's visiting with you.
He's like a serial killer. He just kills for fun, it seems. And so, with this team being so elite and tight, and they work together all the time, and they're friends, for them to just hire this guy out of nowhere, they don't really explain it. Why would they go in with this guy? I know the movie has to happen, I get that, but I think they could have, at least to make the movie perfect, they could have explained to us or created an understanding of why they needed to use this person. You know what I mean? Like, who vetted this guy? Whose job was it to make sure that this guy was good to work with?
Michael Wayne on the yard used to say, you want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner. Remember that?
Okay. Now the next issue that I have with this movie involves Wayne Grow again. It just seems a little silly of them to behave this way in public when they could have easily had met up somewhere secure and safe. To do this whole situation, it's very risky of them. It's like super high risk. You don't really notice it in the first few watches, but now when I'm watching it, I'm like, what is he doing here? Like, this is public. This is in the public, and they're looking around because cops could be there. Right? And so look, they're gonna kill him here, and look, he's right at De Niro's feet here. He's beating the crap out of him. He's about to shoot him, and so De Niro is standing above him. Inches from De Niro. Okay, he's about to shoot him in the head or whatever, which would create blood all over the ground, and the cops come by, and they're looking, and everyone else is looking. So De Niro doesn't have to be looking right now. He could be focusing on the bad guy. Okay, and now he turned his back on him. He turned his back on the guy on the ground for like, how many seconds was that? Like 5 seconds. Let's see here. Okay, so Tom Sizemore like whistles here or something and tells him to stop. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seconds, and he's gone. Okay, so someone definitely could have moved away makes him seem kind of spooky, which is, I'll give it that. But I feel like the writing of this, the way they created this moment, I feel like it doesn't match the rest of the movie. You can still have Wayne Grow disappear and get away because of his mistake. Yes, I'm getting very nitpicky here, but we're talking about, is this movie a masterpiece or not? When I think about movies that are a masterpiece, they don't have moments like this that confuse me or feel weird or make me go, well, that doesn't seem right for the character. And so it's a little unrealistic to me here. Where Michael Mann, the director, I believe what happened is he wanted her for the role, and she hated the script. She was like, are you kidding me? I can't be in this movie with these guys. They're lunatics. They're obsessed with violence. Like, I don't want to be any part of this project. And then Michael Mann thought that made her like the perfect candidate for the role, because she is so she despises violence, right? So it explains how she behaves in the movie. But I don't feel like you need to incorporate real life with performances like that necessarily. I feel like it was the wrong choice, only because she hated the script, and I feel somewhat protective over this movie in a weird way, where I'm like, if you hate the script, then don't be in the movie, you know? Cast someone who feels passionate about the project and who wants it to be the best movie it can possibly be. I don't think she sabotages the movie at all, but it just, I don't know, after hearing that, for some reason it just kind of irks me. I'm like, get out of here. I actually believe that Ashley Judd would have been awesome as Edie, because I have a feeling that there would have been more chemistry between De Niro and Ashley Judd. What it is, I don't mean any offense, I really don't, but I find it kind of grating to watch the scenes of her and De Niro together. I think it's because I just don't buy it. You know, I feel like the chemistry isn't there. I feel like that initial, like, meet cute isn't strong enough, maybe, to seal the deal for me. Like, I'm kind of like, why? It just doesn't feel, like, exciting or like, oh wow, he finally found someone who, like, really clicks with her. It just feels like it could have been anyone, you know? Maybe that's the point, that he's just looking for someone, something, you know, because he's lonely. So I can understand that. I could understand that. I don't think I would have felt this way 10 years ago. Now, another flaw with this movie is these shots right here with this green screen here. It looks so obviously green screen that it really takes me out. Like, I actually hate how this looks so much. The rest of the movie looks so good, and then you get this awful green screen here like this. Points deducted. You know? So, this damages the masterpiece title for me. This removes it from masterpiece categories, because there just are a couple of ugly shots in this movie. There's even that shot where the truck is about to run over the at the beginning of the heist there. When they knock over the truck, there's a really ugly shot of the camera that's recording the impact. It just looks like a totally cheaper camera. It looks grainy, it looks out of focus, and I'm not sure that shot was needed. You know, it deducts points for me too. And so, yeah. Now, that is literally it, though. Those are the only issues I have with this movie. So in total, we have the intro part where why are they working with Wayne Grow in the first place? 5 points deducted. We're at 95%. Then we have the mysterious ghost disappearing. Wayne Grow disappears at the feet of De Niro in pure silence, magically somehow. I would take that down another 5 because of that. 90% now. We're at 90% score, and then it down, I would say another 2 points, so we're at 88. Still a great score, a fantastic score. And then, you know what, I'm going to take 1 more point off because of that ugly shot with the truck driving into the armored vehicle at the beginning, that really ugly shot. Take off 1 more point, so for me we're at 87. That's it. For me, this movie gets an 87 out of 100. But yeah, oh, you know what? We're going to deduct 1 more point too for the green screen. That horrible green screen shot will deduct another point because it's so ugly and it's so obvious. And in a movie like this, it does not belong. I know they struggled with that shot. It's hard, man. Making movies is hard. It's so hard. And the fact they made this movie as good as and great as it is incredible. Okay, so with that green screen shot point deduction, we're at 86 out of 100. I'm happy with that, but I was reading some comments about this idea of, Heat versus other movies, and if we're going to compare it to like Casino, when I watch Casino, my only complaint about Casino is not even really a complaint. It's just that sometimes I feel like it can be long and I like skip around through it and jump to other parts. So but I mean, Casino, is there anything in Casino that you can think of that is like, why did they write that? Or like, oh, that shot looks kind of weird, kind of ugly. Or like obviously what they did. Sometimes things are intentionally awkward looking, but yeah, so like other films that I'd call a masterpiece, There Will Be Blood. I can't think of a single problem I have with that movie. I really can't. If I was younger and I first saw it, I would have complained about the ending because I was confused about the ending when I was young. When I saw it, I was like, what? That's it? He's finished? So yeah, that's another masterpiece. Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a masterpiece, right? I can't think of any problems with it. What else? The Wolf of Wall Street. Does anything stand out there? Like any nitpicky moments where you're like, wait, what? Maybe there's one moment in Wolf of Wall Street actually where when Leo is on the yacht and it's like sinking, and or maybe he's like being rescued. Yeah, he's being rescued by the helicopter after the yacht sank, and he looks out the window and like there's the plane that was coming to rescue them or something explodes in the water, and it was just like, it was too much. Because in real life the story was that plane did crash, but it was like hundreds of miles away or something, and like, maybe not exactly that same moment or something, but they just put it right there, and when the yacht sank, and it felt a little like, just like, what? Come on. Like too much happening at once felt pushed in there. And it was pushed in there. So, what's another masterpiece? What's another movie that you can think of where you like feel like you can't nitpick it at all? There's not